All right, welcome back to episode 7 of Sox and Four Podcast. We are presented by Ride the Wave Media. Check them out at www.ridethewavemedia.com. Consistently great articles out there. Literally, not because I just work for the company, but I think that we have some awesome writers over there. Definitely check out this stuff in any sport you want to hear. Sorry we couldn't record last week. We had an emergency thing. We're just not going to get into it because who really cares? But just us three tonight, me, Dylan, and Brandon. Is currently 11:50 at night. So to see what we do here, folks.
Today's been a grind. That's what we do here at Ride the Wave. We grind. So
it's a Boston sports problem. It's a Boston sports problem because like the Bruins are playing. I like go and watch the Bruins play, and then that game gets over at 11:30. Yeah, I mean, there's worse problems to have. But
ready to talk some Red Sox though. Happy with the way they're playing. Above 500 right now.
Yeah,
just
Sox
like we predicted.
Are all the way back. And I don't care that they're 500. Like
honestly, I'm kind of happy.
Yeah.
Kind of happy the Celtics are out of the playoffs. That way we don't have to try to watch all three at once anymore. Because that was hard.
Yeah, I mean, that was tough. The Celtics would just rip your heart out. So I'm glad that thing's done. But as a team that is getting the heart back into them, the Red Sox are all the way back. Like, yeah, they're 500-ish right now, but everyone's killing it. Like, the thing that makes me the most upset is Chris Sale's win-loss record because he's not pitching at all. Like, his win-loss record shows. He has 17 strikeouts, but back-to-back game. Well, not back-to-back. He had, 15 or something last game? 14?
Yeah, he's had
14 in the last game, 17 tonight.
He's had 3 starts in May, 41 Ks throughout 3 starts. And I think he has 1 win out of that.
Yeah. So tonight was a no decision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has 1 win, a handful of no decisions, and some losses. I feel as if every time Sale goes to the mound, he just pitches his heart out, but no one could score. Like, and if they score, they just do a bullpen, like blew it, kind of like today. But, I don't know. I still trusted Workman on the mound.
I like Workman on the mound. You can even I know Dennis Eckersley loves him. I love him. Are you guys fans of Brandon Workman, the Yak Man?
Yeah, I keep meaning to write a blog about him. I think going into today, he only let up 2 earned runs for the entire season so far.
Yeah, he's been one of our best bullpen pitchers this year. I mean, it sucks we couldn't get any more run support. All he did was 1 pitch, gave up a 2-run homer. But I was hoping Sale would come out for another inning. I was kind of like, you know what, he's pitching his heart out right now. He can go 20 more pitches. Throw him out there for 1 more inning, please. But they put Brandon Workman in because he's been dominant this year, 1.5 ERA, and it just didn't work out tonight.
Yeah, you can't win them all. Obviously, it's eventually gonna fail. Fail tonight, whatever. It failed in a May 14th game. Rather do that than October 14th. So I'm fine with that.
I think this Red Sox team is definitely still trying to figure themselves out in the back end.
Yeah,
because you have Barnes coming in. He's looking like our 7-8 guy right now instead of being like a 9th inning shutdown guy that I guess Alex Cora is praying that Ryan Brazier becomes, because he's not looked good his last few outings, coming out of the bullpen and trying to close the games and allowing leadoff walks, bloop singles. It's not a winning formula in that back end to try to close out these games.
Yeah, I really hope Brazier fixes himself. I mean, if not, Brazier was fantastic as an 8th inning pitcher last year. Maybe switch him with Barnes.
I would even throw Workman late games. Obviously, it's kind of tough to argue it after he just let up today's home run. But I switched Brazier and Workman. I was thinking about that all week. Just why not test it out?
Exactly. I mean, one of these guys has
it's against an interleague team, you know.
Yeah. For other bullpen guys that I kind of like, I like Walden. He has some shaky starts, release here and there, but overall, I believe in the guy when he goes out there. I kind of confident he hits him out.
We like that guy. We like that guy a lot.
Who else they got thrown out of the bullpen? I mean, Tyler Thornburg, he's been having troubles this year.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs to leave this Red Sox organization and then the planet
Let's see. We got Heath Hembry, Colton Brewer.
He is one of the worst pitchers I have ever seen. Like he comes out of the bullpen and I just start shaking. I'm sweating. We'll be up 14 runs and Tyler Thornburg will come in and I'm worrying we're going to lose the game in one inning.
Dude, remember when they got this guy? This guy was supposed to be like an all-star reliever. I mean, he went through the injury, but it's just that injury. I think he had Tommy John. I'm not positive. It just killed him because he was an all-star pitcher before he started pitching for this team. And yeah, he's just rough. You know, maybe they make a move at the trade deadline. But I'm not disappointed in the bullpen so far this season. I mean, you have Colton Brewer. He hasn't been doing that great either. But it's only May. Like, the bullpen was pretty dominant in April. They've been struggling a little bit lately, but I think they'll turn it around.
Yo, I'm gonna cut this if it's good.
I was definitely worried about our last show like 2 weeks ago because we were playing that like under 500 ball, and now we're even since like that show 2 weeks ago, we're 9-3 and 6 games over 500, and even in our overall record, we're 2 games above 500. And talking about May baseball, we're only 4 games back from first place in our division. I'd say that's a pretty good turnaround, and that's where we want to be right now.
Yo, Ty, you good?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. You honestly, like,
it keeps cutting out. Yo, like the entire screen goes blank, and it goes to like the Google House home screen. I'm gonna have to obviously cut this part. It goes to the Google like home screen. I have to click it. Like, oh, it's like I think I spoke over you guys like 4 times because like Brandon stuff was coming in late. I knew. See, I told Dylan before this is gonna happen.
It seems fine right now. I mean, it hasn't been an issue so far.
Fine now.
Oh, for real? Like literally, I'd be like, Brandon would talk, and then it would just like pause and go to like Google Home, like the invite screen. So it was like, oh my god. All right. Well, if you're
I can even see you perfectly clear right now. So
yeah, it keeps. This is the most frustrating thing. I knew it was gonna happen too. It happened to me this morning. I was talking to Wes. All right, we're cutting this. So if you're watching this, then behind the scenes look.
The live version, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so in terms of the bullpen, we kind of just got our thoughts off on that. But JBJ saved a Red Sox loss. Obviously, that amazing catch over the wall for a walk-off home run saved that. Despite all these defensive efforts, we continue to say, is he really worth to keep in the batting order? He has the second worst batting average in the entire league. He made, a handful of Gold Glove plays here and there, and then he'll make solid defense, yeah, but at this point, it's just like, come on, dude, just hit the baseball.
I pretty much given up on him at the plate. I mean, I know he's not going to produce on offense pretty much. I mean, unless he turns it around, goes on a quick streak, I just expect him to do the same thing again, just be another out in the lineup. But that catch was amazing. I mean, the reason why he's still in the lineup every night is just because of his defense right there. It's like, I mean, what was I going to say? Brandon, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm all about Jackie Bradley. I'm still on his train. I know this guy. I know how streaky he can get. And he is awful at the plate. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this guy's great by any means when he steps into the dish, but he is not good at hitting right now. But that play, I think it was definitely like a symbol. It showed really what we've been talking about the last few weeks about how Jackie Bradley's not producing at the plate. Like I'm pretty sure he might have been 0 for 4, 0 for 3 that day, but still came up with a play that saved the game. And I really think that shows exactly what we've been talking about, how he's not good at the plate, but he'll still make up for it in the outfield, saving games, making those gold glove plays like you were saying, Dylan.
Yeah, there's clearly value in him. Like, it's not like we just have a pretty good defender, but he can't hit the plate. Like, he has the special uniqueness to him that allows to keep him
out there.
Yeah,
that's why he's in the game every single night. I don't think he's been in the lineup every single night this year. Every single game he plays.
Did he play today?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I thought he pinch ran.
I think it actually worked out well because Sandy Leon was he was leading off in the 9th, I think.
Yeah.
And Alex Cora decided to pinch hit Jackie Bradley for him, and he actually took a walk and got on base. It was kind of impressive.
Yeah, imagine
Nice.
pinch hitting. You have Sandy Leon, one of the worst batters in the MLB. And pinch hitting is probably the
replace
second
it
worst
with
batter in the
Jackie
MLB.
Bradley. You pinch hit him with a guy that's hitting 150.
Yeah, just giving someone a wet match. Nothing's going to come out of it. In terms of guys who can hit the ball, Michael Chavis seems to be a legitimately good baseball player. I don't know this is the long hot streak or if he's just
He's
going to
good
stay
at
this
the
good.
hit.
Yeah, he has 7 home runs. He's played like 45 minutes of baseball.
And his combined home run distance of probably like 9 million miles.
Yeah,
Oh, did you guys see that one he hit today? You couldn't even see the ball; it just disappeared.
Yeah,
I
the
know.
pitcher argued it too. He's like, "How is that
That
out?"
thing-
And then I was like, "Nobody can see it."
That thing was ridiculous.
They didn't know if it was fair or foul. That thing could have gone over the
'Cause it was
Coca-Cola sign for all
So
we know.
high.
Yeah, it still hasn't landed.
Yeah, they were talking about it on the broadcast about like if what would it take to get a ball out to the Mass Pike up there, and I think they did the math. It was something like 510 feet, which would be impressive. But that's definitely from what I've seen, that's in Michael Chavis's wheelhouse, and we may see it one day.
All he
Yeah.
does is hit home runs too. I mean, this guy pimps home runs, bro. Like,
Yeah, he's hitting like 250, and
He's not
none of those are home runs.
ridiculous.
you think we could see him in the home run derby come July? Like, you'd think so, because it seems like all.
That'd be beautiful.
Mitch Moreland might be in the home run derby come July, as has
Yeah,
what
you could have-
12
Yeah, you
bombs
could have
with it.
two Red Sox in it by then.
I was thinking today, like, how many is he realistically going to end up with? Like, I don't think he'll crack 40, but I think he can get to mid 30s. Like, there's a lot of baseball left. You only hit about 20
Yeah,
more.
Moreland is hot right now.
Yeah, that's good for him too. It's a good look. I mean, he's
Oh, right now.
producing every single night. That's what you want. That's why they got rid of Hanley Ramirez last year, was to keep him in the lineup, and it's been paying off for
Really
them.
paid
so.
off, yeah. Especially with Moreland's hot
Definitely.
start, his hot start. This is actually a DM question. I'm just going to kind of get to it now. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not going to see who asked it. So, with Moreland's hot start, what do we do with Steve Pearce? Is he just a pinch hit guy essentially at this point, like with a couple starts a week? But I don't know. It's just like
Yeah.
we signed a guy a decent amount of money because he did heroic things in the World Series, and then his backup essentially is outplaying him.
Well, the thing with
Right.
him is he's only
That's what
signed
I'm
to.
okay with his contract.
Yeah, I'm
he's,
perfectly fine with the contract.
he's only signed to a 1-year deal right now. So I mean, you're gonna have to keep him on the roster this year. So just him coming off the bench, just hoping he can get some hits. That's all you expect from him. But he hasn't been able to do it this year. He's been so close too. I don't even think he has 1 home run in the year. He's had a
Does
couple
he?
of doubles.
Yeah, he hasn't had one. Well,
Hasn't
Devers
had one bomb.
Devers finally starting to swing the bat. It's a
That's
little bit
why
more power.
that's why we signed Pierce too, is for him to pinch hit, come in clutch, hit a home run, 2-run, however many. That's what we needed from him, and he hasn't been able to do it so far.
Well, Nunez is back. He's a solid pinch hit guy. As his first game back, he had a bomb. So I know he's a reliable guy. I was talking to my friends today. Actually, we watched the Red Sox game, and like Eduardo Nunez doesn't do much. Like he does enough, but he just always finds his way to he just falls into a big moment and delivers. Like there's no intentional, well, other than the pinch hit home run. But you never intentionally summon Nunez for a big hit situation. He just always just falls into him. Delivers most of the time. This is just the wildest thing.
When he produces, it comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, he'll go 0 for 3 hitting to the ninth and just hit a 5,000-foot bomb. That's just what he does. And then he'll just trip on the second base or something.
I can't name how many infield hits he's had, dude. He can lay down a bunt perfectly too.
Yeah, against the Yankees, just shattered his ankle and suited up the next play. What are you doing?
He's the type of guy. He's the type of guy that'll slide into first base, and the ball won't even be close.
Yeah, he has also the most helmet falls off your head when you're running the bases of all time. Every single time, he could just take it. He could be taking a walk.
Must be a size too big.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could get walked and then find a way to fall off on the way there.
Yeah, that guy's a clown, dude. He's a funny guy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're listening to this, you've probably heard of Section 10. We talk about them way too much for free. But the Carabas stuff with Section 10 and how he was talking to Nunez in the airport, he's just a people's man, dude. All right, and then anything else with Red Sox? If you want to do a little DL update.
I think we got to go back to Chris Sale though. I mean, 17 Ks today. He was going for Roger
That's
Clemens' record.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it was some nasty
What is Clemens'
stuff.
record?
I think
It was
21, right?
21. Yeah.
By
No,
Roger Clemens.
I'm trying to think.
I can look this up. very
20?
easily
No,
right now.
it's either 20 or
Yeah.
21.
Well, that was, I guess, 20.
No, I think it says Kerry Wood tied Roger Clemens' MLB record with 20 strikeouts, and that was in
it's
1998.
20. Nobody's been able to pass Clemens though. Like 5 guys have hit 20, and I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know the guy on the
Clemens,
Cubs did it a few years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Clemens
that's
hit
what it was.
Clemens hit 20 twice, and then I think Scherzer might have hit 20. I'm not positive.
Hey, Chris Sale's due. He's what 14 in the last outing, 17 tonight. He's coming for it. 3 more.
Exactly.
On
He's
top of
hungry.
those.
He wanted it too. I don't know if you saw him in the dugout
He wants it.
when I think he was joking around.
I
with
was
Cora,
surprised
but
he didn't
was
come
like-
out.
I was too. The fans really want. I'm like, these fans are gonna go absolutely insane
How
if
many
he comes
pitches-
out again.
How many pitches was he at?
108.
Yeah, that's
107, 108.
He could have
Yeah,
got
when he
one
came out in
more.
the 7th.
The dude for the A's, he just pitched a no hitter. He threw like 130. If you're
Yeah,
going
that's
for
what
a
I'm
strikeout
saying.
record, I think that's the same kind of importance.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think they were concerned though.
He allowed a single in that home run.
Yeah, I mean, that
then
was just
struck
his
out
only
the next
flaw
3
of the
guys.
game. Yeah. Going back to his World Series relief type days.
I mean, if he didn't give up that 2-run homer, then maybe he would have came out another inning. But
Yeah.
anyways, that was unbelievable. Like I have to go back and watch that game. Just all the strikeouts, the sliders. The sliders are filthy. I don't know how anyone's gonna be able to hit those. Like
Yeah, we posted it on the Ride the Wave MLB page. But that Orioles guy, he threw a slider too, and he just didn't know how to swing a bat, and then faked getting hit in the foot
Hit
was
him in the foot.
just the most male time thing I've ever seen. I'm like, I respect it. But yeah, like I just mentioned,
He's got
before,
guys. That's the thing to think about. He's got guys swinging at pitches that end up hitting them. That doesn't happen.
Yeah, imagine
He's a
just
magician.
an average, like not even an MLB hitter. Like you get like 100 sliders in a row. How many are you just gonna make contact with? Just like if I stepped in the bat.
Not one.
what I loved was after he gave up the home run too. He was heated. He was like pissed at himself, and he just came and fired right back 3 straight.
Yeah, he's
Struck out
3
the rest of
straight
the side.
Ks. That was legendary stuff. And they finished with 24 today too. Matched the franchise record for strikeouts in a game.
Yeah,
there
and
was
they
just
still
3
lost.
outs. Oh wait, it was extra.
Still lost. Yeah, we
how
got
do you
2
blow
extra
that?
innings to do it, but
Yeah, I was gonna
That's-
say there's
yeah,
no way it was
still.
just 3 outs. Like I saw 3 outs in like an inning. 24 strikeouts in 1 game. I'd keep running that strategy.
wins games most nights. Strike out 24 dudes.
Yeah, for sure.
What
And
about
then,
Dustin Pedroia? Dustin Pedroia is like committed to making a comeback. He really
Oh, yeah.
wants to
We
get
got
back on the field.
That DL update.
I saw a tweet today from Rob Bradford. Let me read it. Pull it up. But it was like he was quoting Pedroia. I guess they interviewed Pedroia.
Uh-huh.
There is going to be a time where I'm out there all the time, and it's coming.
Yeah, like out there as a coach or
I don't
First
know. That's a
base
pretty
coach.
bold.
Yeah.
That's a pretty bold statement, though.
yeah,
But-
I mean I respect it. The dude doesn't want to lose his job, but it's
Yeah,
just
but
all the
Yeah,
other
we talk
things
about
on
this
it.
every week. This is a guy that he just loves the game and wants to be out there for his team, wants to keep playing baseball for the organization that drafted him. It's just tough to watch the route he's going down with that left knee, giving him so many problems the last 2 years.
Yeah,
Too many fans give him. I feel like the fans give him so much shit. Like he should be getting credit for all the
Mhm.
stuff he's done for this organization and everything. Like you got to respect
Right.
the fact that he wants to come out and play again on the field and do all he can.
Yeah, there's like those fans, but I think the majority of people that I see is like everybody wants to see Pedroia out there, obviously, but it's like, yeah, it's realistic not to play him. Like Chavis is
Right.
Chavis
Yeah,
is
exactly.
clearly becoming like you're gonna fill Pedroia's shoes. Like this is kind of what the mold's looking like. But you gotta it's like it's like a hard goodbye.
It just makes
Yeah,
you think when's he gonna come back, if ever? Because like he's doing his rehab assignment, and then it's like, oh, he has knee soreness again, so they had to take him out.
Mhm.
Like
he
it's
was
either you
scratched-
got to play through it or you're done.
That's tough. It's tough to play through an injury that's given you so many problems before, you know. So I think that's where I'm at with that. It's you want to see him back, but if he keeps playing through it, you might never get to see him again.
Yeah, who knows? And then who else, is anyone else in the DL still?
Yeah, we got a few guys coming back from the DL pretty soon. Update on Brock Holt with that shoulder injury he received after the I one. He should be back at the end of May. He's sidelined until the end of May, 10-day DL. And then Nathan Eovaldi progressing well through his surgery recovery.
I keep forgetting Eovaldi's out, dude.
Got halfway through his recovery so far. Three more weeks, should be back at the end of right after the end of the month. So probably.
Do we think that Velasquez is going to be like a starter eventually? Kind of like he's going longer and longer every single time, whether it's a couple of pitches, maybe even a couple of like innings. I don't know, with Price especially going down, Eovaldi still down. I could see Velasquez kind of hopping into more of like, dude, like you got to be able to pitch more than you've been pitching like in your career.
The thing about Velasquez
situation.
Yeah, I like Velasquez. But I think come playoffs, if we make the playoffs and he's going to be in the playoff roster, I think you got to put him in the bullpen for sure. To me, he seems like a bullpen guy who can give you 2-3 solid innings max, especially if you got a game that goes late, like 12 innings or whatever. He can give you 3 or 4 solid innings out of the bullpen. So, I mean, he's got some good stuff too.
Big game 3 of Eovaldi role. Just have that one in case. Like glass break in case of emergency.
Yeah, we've got a solid lineup for like starters. We move a handful of guys to the bullpen, especially come playoffs. Like even we saw last year with Erod moving to the bullpen. You got to start with a rotation of Chris Sale, Rick Porcello, David Price, Nate Eovaldi. Even put send Velasquez out to the bullpen. Send Erod back to the bullpen again. Those guys are they're great, like 3-4 inning pitchers, and then when you get to their 5th, even their 6th sometimes in the case of Velasquez, that's when it starts to get shaky.
How about Erod though? Erod, the past couple of starts, Erod's been pitching great, dude. I was at the game Friday. They won 14-1 versus the Mariners. Gave you 7 shutout innings. That's
what you like to hear, because you saw those guys. We heard the reports coming out of Florida in Fort Myers over spring training about how the rest of the like pitching staff was watching Erod's bullpen sessions, and they were just like in awe and like had nothing but nice things to say, and like shocked by how he was performing in just those bullpen sessions. It's good to see those things come to light, like because earlier in the season, like when we were struggling, giving up long balls to everyone and their mother, Erod was struggling too, and it's finally fun to see like that coming to fruition. Like, hey, these guys, they actually knew what they were watching in Florida in spring training. They knew what was coming for this season, that he was going to be ready and he was going to be nasty this year.
I got a lot of respect for Erod too. He's been on the team since like 2014, 2015, I believe. He's had some rough years too, and he's finally starting to look good. So it's good news there.
It's like a long-term payoff. Ever since Pedroia showed him that breaking ball, though, he gave the rest of his baseball ability to Eduardo Rodriguez.
Screw Daniel Evangie, just make Pedroia the pitching coach, for real.
That's what I was thinking, dude. Like, might as well, like, kind of mentor him. I don't know. It's like he's such in a weird spot. We always talk about
the last one.
Who else? Price.
Last one, David Price is coming back from his elbow tendonitis. End of the week. Most likely he'll be back next week. He could be back in time for the series this weekend against the Astros.
A non-Fortnite related injury.
I'm not really concerned about Price. I mean, it's his first time on the DL in what, like 2 seasons? It's been he was in the DL last year, but
for Fortnite syndrome in the finger.
Yeah, it wasn't related to like the shoulder or the elbow. Like he hasn't had a shoulder injury since two seasons ago. So I mean, I'm not concerned. I just think it's just a little bit of soreness. They like maybe a little bit of inflammation, whatever. I'm not a doctor, but if it happens again this season, he ends up in the DL, then it's time to be concerned. But I'm not concerned about him at all.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure not. Anyways, anything else for Red Sox?
I think we're good there.
All right. So
Sox are good again.
Let me just give you a take that I've been thinking for the past couple of weeks. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is baseball Zion Williamson. With every single thing he does, it's just so excessively covered Like I see Zion and Vlad Jr. are the only two things I see when I'm on Twitter now. It's like, yeah, he's doing well. He finally hit home runs today. Congrats, dude. Zion's just dunking through the roof too. By
It
the
took
way,
him long enough too. I mean, he was
yeah.
struggling for a while.
I mean, hey, I want him to be a good guy, but I just don't care to see Vlad Guerrero Jr. nor Zion Williamson every single post.
Here,
How
I'll
about some more?
counter that with
How about some more Ice Horse?
Yeah, facts. Flood it with ice.
If you think Vlad Jr. is Zion Williamson and the amount of coverage that he's been getting recently, I would counter and say that our guy Michael Chavis is, say, the Donovan Mitchell type. No one knows who he is coming out of college, but once he gets here, he's ready and he's ready to play, man.
Let's talk basketball, folks. But yeah, that was the take. End of take.
Michael Chavis, I would definitely take him over Vlad Jr.
Yeah,
right
especially rookie of the year, right? Yeah, that's what
I think rookie of the year race is tight right now. I think it's between these two guys.
Well,
and I don't even think it's tied. I think he's blowing out of the water.
Well, yeah, that's for AL Rookie of the Year. You got them. And then you have this guy, Fernando Tatis Jr. He's pretty nasty in the Padres. Yeah, it's a fun name to say. I like saying that name.
It is a fun one.
Yeah. Sorry, that keeps bugging out, dude. I'm gonna have to cut so much of like I'm just for like some parts of the show I just can't see you at all. So I'm just like, all right, we're just gonna if I can hear him, I'm gonna guess.
I don't even have like the camera thing on. I just have like the voice so I can hear you guys.
Oh, all right. Gonna cut this. So again, for the thousands of you watching out there, thanks.
Millions. We blowing up.
Yeah, billions of the B. All right. Yankees, they get Kendrys Morales. Thoughts?
I think that's an added bonus to them because of how injured their team still is this far into the season. They got a good bat coming out of Oakland. They didn't give up much to get him, just some cash considerations. And I think foreign pool money for later when they so desire to use it in Oakland, get the next Japanese phenom out there. But it's definitely good for the Yankees to get another big bat in that lineup.
Yeah, Morales is the DH. I mean, they're just using him as utility right now. They're just sending the A's some cash, player to be named later, some prospects maybe. But yeah, they kind of need him right now. They're still struggling with injuries.
Baseball trades are always like the craziest thing to me. Like they don't happen all too often. And it's like, here, I'll give you like a very good player, like in the prime of his career right now. And you give me like $100 and like 2066 future draft picks.
Give you a pack of Cheetos and a guy that'll be a future MVP in 14 years.
Yeah, like what? Like, and they just know it too.
Yeah.
Like the movie Moneyball, obviously it's probably a lot faker than what actually happened because it's a movie. But I'm like, even then, I'm like, how do they know all this stuff?
I would say that the MLB GMs probably have the hardest job because they have to understand like the talent that's in their system from top to bottom, from like the guys that they have in AAA that are ready to be in the bigs in a year or two, and guys all the way down in like instructional and single A that are like just learning the MLB game and understanding what it means to be a professional and how what kind of work those guys have.
I wonder what's harder, like an NFL GM or an MLB GM.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I gotta go baseball for sure.
Yeah, because you have all the like subdivisions.
So many factors.
And then there's so many games and so many like numbers. So you have to like crunch more.
You got to play offense and defense, see what a guy's worth on both sides of the ball.
Just think of all the stats that go into the game too. Like all the stats that are in baseball now is unreal.
Yeah, they don't have slugging and WAR in football.
Yeah,
exactly.
So take that, nerds. Or you don't have the home run.
Let's crunch some numbers.
Speaking of pitchers, actually, we want to speak of pitchers. It's Kendrys Morales. Speaking of signings, Tampa Bay looking to sign Dallas Keuchel and Craig Kimbrell. Will they get both? Either? None of them?
I still believe in Craig Kimbrell to the Milwaukee Brewers after the that deadline in the early parts of June. I don't think anyone's going to sign either of these guys until after June 3rd, just because they won't have to send that compensatory draft pick to the Red Sox or the Astros in the case for Keuchel. But I still believe Kimbrell to the Brewers is the thing.
I agree with you. I got Kimbrell to the Brewers as well. I already think the Rays have a solid bullpen right now. But I do have Keuchel going to the Rays. That'd be an interesting move by them.
I'd be scared.
I would be scared too. That would be scary, man. It's going to be a tight battle for first comes August and September.
Yeah, like are the Tampa Bay Rays like legit, or are they just a hot team right now?
No,
Like,
they're legit for sure.
I think they're definitely legit, but then I've just seen
'Cause
people
they-
on Twitter be like, "Oh, they're just riding a hot streak right now."
They're doing like the opposite of what they did last season. Because last year they started off really slow, and then after the trades, they just kept winning and winning, and no one expected them to. They're like, if I had to compare them to one other team, I'd say they're like the LA Clippers. They traded away all their star players, and with
The
the
grit and
few
grind players
exceptions,
winning
and
games.
yeah, they got grit. They're grinding. They're the guys out there that want to win, and they're actually good at baseball, and no one knows their names yet. But they're definitely up and coming. I think they'll fall off a little bit the same way the Mariners have in past seasons. With starts this hot, especially in a tough division when you're going to be playing the Yankees and Red Sox 10 more times. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, the
hopefully it
Rays are
just comes down to
legit.
a two-man race.
They're legit, but I have them wild card team as most because the Yankees are only a game back. The Red Sox are 4 games back. One of the teams is going to take first.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be close, but I think the Red Sox or the Yankees have the division in the bag for sure.
Yeah. Manny Machado, he home run off Kershaw twice, both times in Los Angeles, or 1-1.
I think the first time was in San Diego. I think he did it today in LA.
Yeah, today. So he's just sending
He's mashing.
his old ace deep.
Good for him. I mean, I don't have much to say about Machado. Not
Are
really.
you guys,
a fan
are you
of the
guys
guy.
Machado guys? I was about to ask.
Oh God, no.
Not at all.
We
Not
would
at
have been
all.
talking about Pedroia for 20 minutes a day the last few weeks if it wasn't for this guy.
I have to respect his villain role. Like every sport needs a heel, and he's leaning into it.
I respect it.
So in
but
a
the
way,
dude's
so in
a-
a way, I kind of like him, but like I don't like him.
Oh, the dude's a scumbag. Like, I don't know if you've seen the videos of him running down the first baseline,
Yeah, like throwing bats at people like you're a wiffle ball. Or something.
clipping people's ankles at first. Like, it's a joke, man.
Spiking guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Manny McMahon, love it. Yeah, so I'm neutral. I'm just gonna say I'll praise him when he did something funny, and then I'll
Yeah,
I'll just ignore it when he did something weird.
he's one of those poetry in motion guys when it comes to playing defense. It's fun to watch him for
Yeah.
sure, but his character, just like the thing, like past things he's done, I can't stand any of it. I'm not about that at all.
Staying in Los Angeles, Albert Pujols, 2,000 RBI, and let the fan keep the ball, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think he said that I think his quote is that they play the game for the fans, and that's why I just
Like to make memories or something.
Yeah, that's fun. That's great for the game. Just like because home run balls, they're all souvenirs unless they're calling for it back. But it is good for the game. It's a good image for him. Good for Albert Pujols, Big Poppy's old buddy. It's fun to see guys that are still that we've been able to watch for like our entire lives basically, still produce at this level in the MLB, and guys are definitely getting towards the twilight of their careers, but they're still mashing and producing for their clubs.
Bryce Harper is going to be Albert Pujols. Like he signed an extensively long deal with the Angels. He's
Yeah.
at the time of his career, then he's like kind of fading out.
Still
That's
gonna
what
be
Bryce Harper's
paid.
gonna be.
Pujols is the man, though. I mean, he's an awesome dude. You think he's ever gonna hang up the cleats anytime soon?
I think he's like the Tom Brady year where he'll like his contract will be up, but he'll sign another extra 1 year, extra 2 year deal.
It feels
I
like
think we haven't-
baseball players like wouldn't know what to do after they retire because
Yeah.
you do it literally since you could throw a ball. Like you play catch since like you were born, and then after you retire, it's like,
Play a
all right,
year
you
round,
want to
yeah.
go like coach now, or am I supposed to have a normal life? That's like
It's funny.
way more than a football grind. I feel.
You can compare Pujols to David Ortiz. Who do you think the better hitter is?
I'll take Ortiz
Oh.
11 times out of 10.
Tough. Yeah, I'll take 3 rings. I'll take that.
3 rings
All
and
right,
clutch
so-
like homers.
And clutch, super clutch.
So I don't know. I think I got to give the nod to Pujols for a better hitter, but David Ortiz had the better career for sure.
Okay.
You better change your mind or else
I'll
I'm
write that on
gonna hang
the sticky note for
you
later.
up. Dylan McDonald, known David Ortiz hater. Heard it here
Why
first.
do you hate David Ortiz, Dylan?
No, I mean, like, I don't know. I just
Nah, no, can't go back in this one. All right, so we kind of mentioned the standings earlier. The Sox are only a couple games back. Yankees, I think, 1 back. What else stands out about the MLB standings going on so far?
There's a few exciting ones. Definitely division races they're close now, but they'll definitely get a lot closer towards the end of the year. Some teams will fall out, but one team that's already started in a free fall mode that started out red hot, Washington Nationals especially, and Seattle is on a downward trend. They dropped below 500 when they visited us in Boston this last week and got swept. We knocked them under 500 while we flew above 500 finally. So AL West is definitely not close anymore. Astros are 13 games over 500 and
7.5 game lead.
Yeah,
only going uphill.
Yeah, honestly. And
the Twins.
Then,
who's good on the Twins?
They got Buxton.
Yeah,
I don't know anyone.
That's it. Like, is he 26 and 15 good by himself? Like, I feel like nobody plays for the Twins.
Carry his team, goes 4 for 4 every night.
They could very well just be giving everyone steroids and just nobody good plays for this team. But like we were just talking about with the Rays, just grinding grit team. Clearly, it's working right now.
They got Jonathan Scope too. Jonathan Scope's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, well, they do have Nelson Cruz as well. But
yeah,
I mean, other than that,
Nelson Cruz is an all-time Ranger. Well, I will only know him as a Texas Ranger. I'm sure he's played for many other teams. I don't care. He's always going to be on the Texas Rangers. Man.
And then it's business as usual out in the NL West with the Dodgers out in first place. Handful game lead, 4.5 game lead over
Before I forget this, Giants, they're not good. 17-23. Bumgarner, he lets out a list saying teams he doesn't want to be traded to, and they're apparently all championship contending teams.
Yeah. Bumgarner is the first 3 letters of his name. He's the type of guy that he's like one of those low-key aces. Like he's that Kawhi Leonard type where he wants to be the best player on the worst team.
So you have no pressure to win anything because it's like, look who's around him. He also won World Series in the beginning of his career, though. So.
Yeah, a lot of them. I would hope that Bumgarner, if he ends up getting traded this year, that he ends up staying in the National League because that guy can mash.
For sure. Keep all the that's why I love when Syndergaard pitches because you can see a bomb from him. Like he literally won the Mets a game by himself this year.
That was insane.
It was 1-0. He pitched a complete game, hit a homer.
That was ridiculous. That was one of the craziest performances I've ever seen.
In any sport, really. I can't compare it to anything.
Team on his back.
Yeah. So our Cincinnati Reds also not doing too hot. 18-24. They got no hit. Things have been better in the old Cincinnati, Ohio.
Yeah, that Mike Fiers guys for Oakland, second career no hitter.
But towards the top, Cubs, Brewers, Cardinals, very close. 25-14, 25-19, 23-19.
And that's one of those ones that could go to a game 163 at the end of the year, like it did. I think last year it did too.
Yeah, actually, they're the AL East of the NL.
They're very good, top to bottom.
I can't even predict anyone to win that division right now. That's a pretty stacked division.
Yeah, St. Louis is up and coming. Milwaukee's great. Chicago should get back on track. They lost in the first round last year. It's kind of surprising.
And then NL East, you got the Phillies 24-17, despite Bryce Harper hitting 222 for way more than. Oh God, Bryce Harper is hitting 222 for way more money than that's worth. Mitch Moreland's making what, like $16 million? He's hitting 7,000 home runs.
Yeah.
And then towards the bottom,
I love looking at these contract things.
Yeah,
because you look at Mitch Moreland and the money he's making, and how much he's produced at the plate, and compared to when we were during the JD Martinez sweepstakes a few years back, when we also wanted that first baseman. Shoot, what's his name?
Goldschmidt
played for the Royals. The Royals. Won a World Series in Kansas City.
No.
Yeah, Hosmer.
Yeah,
he was a free agent. He's like the hot commodity. It was him and JD Martinez, and we were bummed when we didn't get him, but we had Moreland already, and what he's done since is it's eye popping. It's great to see the the repercussions from what did versus what didn't happen.
MLB contracts are the weirdest thing to me. Daniel Nava gets signed to a one-day, $1 contract, hits a grand slam, a walk-off grand. I think it was just a grand slam. and then he gets like a career out of it just for that $1 contract. That's just wild. I'm like, how? Like, if you struck out swinging, dude, you wouldn't be coming out for a while.
Yeah.
I know, but are the Mets legit? They're 20-20 right now. They're contending for the NL East, but can't really get a gauge on this team. They have a lot of talented players, but
I'll
feel like
say
they
it once. I'll never say it again. The Mets are bad at baseball, and they will not make the postseason.
it's a lock.
I feel like they should
Lock
be
of the
playing
week.
better. They have solid pitching, but they're in a tough division. That's their thing.
That division's going to be good. I didn't expect Washington to fall off this early. Like they were still good on paper, especially this offseason with the Bryce Harper departure. But Philly and Atlanta, both like up and coming teams that should be in the postseason for a handful of years. Look at how young that Atlanta team is. They've got talent top to bottom. Few holes here and there, but they're a good baseball club.
And then the Marlins obviously stink because Derek Jeter doesn't know how to run a baseball team. Could be
Oh,
a pretty
it's
good baseball
brutal.
player, but buddy, this is just
That's
bad.
I've been rooting for him as a GM too, and it's just like I don't agree with any of his decisions. I mean,
Let's
He's
just
like-
get rid of Yelich and Stanton.
he's
I
more
can't
worried
imagine
about his.
trading two MVPs in like guys that win back-to-back MVPs. That's insane to me.
He's more worried about his guys learning how to speak Spanish right now than
Yeah,
he is producing a winning baseball team. I mean, just the roster they have too is just garbage.
I need like a documentary on his life though. Like he has to have one of the most interesting life, like the biggest thing on the planet in New York City, marrying and like he got married like 1,000 times or like dated 1,000 times or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I need to hear the Derek Jeter story. And then
It'll be a 30 for 30 on him soon.
yeah. Brandon said he wanted to try a new segment, so here we go. It's Brandon kind of want to explain it.
Oh boy. So if you guys have been watching the Red Sox games recently for the last few years, you know Dennis Eckersley is a character. We love him. We love him here on the show. We love him just in the MLB world. Great guy, great stuff, even with all the drama he's had in the last year with David Price. We love Dennis Eckersley and all the shenanigans he gets up to in the press box. So what the segment is, it's What the Eck. You might have seen on the Spike Kings channel or Ride the Wave Media's channel the commercial for Ace Ticket about some of the things that Eck says, and he asked the people of the streets in Boston about what his Eck-isms mean. And I'm going to ask the guys a few of what I'm going to say a few of the things that Eckersley has said in the box. I'll do three today. Three of the things he said in the game today versus against Colorado, and then the guys will try to see if they know what it is and what Dennis Eckersley was talking about. In this case, it'll be what player is Dennis Eckersley talking about in the phrase I say. So
All right, I'm very done.
you guys think you understand it?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. All right, so the first one for What the Eck is there anybody that dude doesn't rake? He rakes everybody.
Rick Porcello. No,
Porcello.
Rake is hitting, right? Ah, I totally went the other way with it. All right, who is it?
Chavis.
The answer is JD Martinez. I think it was in the,
I went the other
right
way
after,
with it. I
right
went
after his
pitching.
home run. Because JD had a single and a home run in his first two at bats today. He was laying Freeland up. All right, the next one. That curveball was not even close to the vicinity of this world.
Oh, these are only Red Sox players?
Only Red Sox players today.
The curveball. Tyler
X.
Thornburg.
X said all three of these things today.
Today?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say Tyler Thornburg can't pitch, so it probably has to be him. Brandon Workman, he throws a ton of curveballs.
I gotta go Sale because some of his pitches strike three swinging, they're like not even close, and these guys are just getting fooled. So my guess is Chris Sale.
Okay, so we got those two. The answer actually is Matt Barnes during his strikeout in the 9th inning, I think.
All right, I need to hit one of these. I can't go over three.
All right, we got one more.
Call me JBJ of What the Heck.
All right, last one for the day. Put a coat on. Would you please put a coat on? It bothers me.
That's Sale because he always wears short sleeves.
All right, I'm gonna cheat off my partner here. I'm gonna say Chris Sale because he always wears sleeves.
It absolutely was Chris Sale today. Eckersley
1 for
said that
3.
it was 40 degrees at the game today, and Chris Sale is out there basically wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
This is going to be about to be a callback. I'm now with Wardo Nunez because, like we said, going 0-2 in the bottom of the ninth, I need a hit. I just got a hit. I didn't really get it myself. I copied Dylan, but buddy,
You bunt down the third base line.
yeah, buddy, it's noontime.
I'm disappointed in myself. I said Sale on all 3 guesses.
Oh my god, I didn't even catch that.
It's 12:30, bro.
That's like answering every question C because they gotta be C. Like there has to be one C.
Honestly, well, that's our new segment. I think that was a success. What the heck? We'll definitely bring that back next week.
Yeah,
Shout out
100%.
to at Actionary on Twitter for documenting half the things that Dennis actually says in the NESN booth. It's a blast. It's also a blast to have all 3 of those guys in the booth this week.
Yeah, I love when it's just them 3. Like as much as I like Jerry Remy, I need Eck in the booth every single night.
Eck is funny. He is funny, man.
You can't go wrong with either of those guys. It's like just put all 3 of them in the booth together every night.
Honestly. And they just build off each other too. It's fun. A lot of fun.
Chris Berman's doing Red Sox games, right? Later.
Is he?
Yeah. He's doing a couple. I think he's doing 8. I think like 8 MLB games, and one of them is Red Sox. I need to check this right now. Chris Berman, MLB announce.
That'd be insane. I'm just waiting for Joe Buck to be calling our games.
Dude, I love
That
Joe
time of year.
Buck. Everyone hates that guy, but
He's called every Super Bowl win.
he needs to do more. All he does is football. He needs to do more baseball games, like
Yeah, he
the
does
Fox
that.
Saturday baseball. They need
Yeah,
to
I
come
think-
back with that, dude. He used
I
to
think
do
he
every.
only does the World Series now, right? Or postseason
Yeah.
baseball.
He
on
used to do
Fox.
Fox Saturday baseball every Saturday.
man.
He needs to.
Here it is.
What's he? Yeah, like what's he doing right now? What's he calling? He's calling like the Kentucky Derby or something. He's
Who
not
knows?
doing anything right
He's
now.
probably doing that or like golf or something.
Like
Bro,
I know
exercising
this
his
off
whole
season gets a break.
football season.
All right, here we go. Chris Berman to the Red Sox announcing booth. Boston Red Sox fans are going to be hearing a lot of back gone on the radio this year. Iconic ESPN broadcaster Chris Berman has landed a new job and will be doing play-by-play for some Boston Red Sox games this year.
Wow, that's fun. Is it with
He's working with-
WEI?
Entercom announced this morning that Berman, 63 years old, will be doing play-by-play for some Boston Red Sox game on WEI this season.
That's fun. I'll
Him
definitely
and
tune in.
Joe Castiglione. That would be fun to listen to.
That's what I love about the MLB .TV thing is how you can set it up to listen. Like you can watch the game on NESN and then still have like the WEI broadcasters and Joe calling the game. It's fun, but you get no Eckersley on the radio broadcast.
Someone's gonna hook it up with their MLB TV login.
I got you.
Reddit streams, dude.
Reddit streams too.
That's how I get to the Boston sports when I'm at school. And plus, you can hear like Mike and Tommy for the Celtics games as opposed to Kevin
Oh.
Harlan and his trash.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna wrap this up with DMs real quick. Let me just pull them up. All right. First one from. All right, we're gonna kick this one off hot. First one from Ty_Goral. Should women be allowed to play baseball in the MLB? Buddy,
Oh no.
give me a Brittany Griner type of baseball player to what she was to college basketball. I'll throw it in the MLB.
I'll tell you if she's got a fastball up above 90, and I think
But
they
she
can
has to
make a
pitch
name
like a
for themselves.
softball thing. She has to pitch like the window.
You got to pitch on their hand in the MLB.
Yeah.
It'd be something. I think if they have the talent, if they have the ability, I don't know if they'll ever be in like a position.
Wait, who
to be
was that
positioned-
Little League World Series girl? Why can't I remember her name?
Monet Davis.
Yeah. Is she gonna be in the MLB? Is she gonna be just mowing people at like 98?
All right. So the funny thing about her is I played in a AAU tournament in Delaware a few years ago, and she was playing in the same tournament. Like her team was playing in the tournament. They were called like the Philadelphia like Monarchs or whatever, something like that. I don't even know. And of course, we were literally supposed to play her team, but it got rained out that day that we were supposed to play her.
Imagine she just no hit your team.
I saw her pitch though, and she gave up she was pitching the whole game, and then she gave up like a walk-off home run or whatever. But I
So
guess
she-
basketball is like her sport now. Like she's focusing on basketball more, so maybe she can make it to the WNBA.
Or maybe the NBA.
Yeah, but I mean, I was getting hyped up for that game. I was like, damn,
Dude,
I'm gonna hit
smelling
off
salt.
of Monet Davis.
12 years old,
Yeah.
ripping smelling sauce before going up against
It would have
Monet.
been, yeah, you would have got a hit off Monet Davis, or you would have had a bad story to tell
She
to us
just
later about
Throw
how
you in
you
the
got
head.
struck out twice to Monet Davis.
Yeah, Monet Davis just beamed went off my noggin. So I don't know. Overall, probably not gonna happen.
My
Okay.
answer is, I'm not trying to be like sexist or anything, but like girls stick to softball, guys stick to baseball. Maybe they can beef up professional softball a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut that. All right. No, there we go. Caden _Bod of Ride the Wave Media asks 2 questions about food. One was best food you've ever had at any ballpark. I don't really get food when I'm out there. Not gonna lie, because I don't want to spend like $15 to get.
That's
Bro,
one of
I'm
my
the
things.
same way.
I lose so much money at ballparks just because of food and
I'm gonna go
like the
solid
game
soft pretzel.
experience.
I will always mow a soft pretzel.
The McDonald's outside Kenmore Station, I literally go there before every single game
Oh,
because
man.
I'm like, I don't want to drop. But I mean, I'll go with a Fenway, Frank.
Okay. I'll drop money at ballparks. Every new ballpark I go to, I get like their signature like dish, you know, like how Fenway's is.
Oh, so you have a
Like
legit
the
answer.
Frank or the hot lobster roll. It gets expensive. I was in San Diego last week for a Padres game, and I tried their what is it? It was a mahi taco. Best taco I've ever had. It was like straight from the ocean, straight to the ballpark, delicious into my mouth. It was amazing. I would definitely recommend if you guys are ever in San Diego, go to Petco Park. Great ballpark, by the way. Get a mahi taco. It was delicious, and I wanted another, but they're pricey.
By the way, have either of you guys been to Yankee Stadium before?
Nah, I've only
I
been
went
to
to the old one.
Camden and Fenway.
I'm going to Yankee Stadium June 1st, so I'm
Okay.
definitely Red
What's-
Sox Yankees June 1st. I'm hyped.
What's Yankee Stadium signature food? You know?
I have no idea. Definitely gonna have to do some research because
Oh yeah, probably some. I would say some sort of pizza.
saving up
something
my
fried.
bills. About to feast at Yankee Stadium when I go.
I'll
Caden
also
also asked,
I'll throw this in there. Like the worst one I ever had was in Arizona. They have this thing called the churro dog.
yeah, tell me about
The worst thing I've ever like. I didn't know what it was going in. I was assuming it was some sort of hot dog. I'm a big hot dog guy. You guys know this. I think this churro dog going in, and the thing is literally a long John donut cut in half with a churro inserted, covered in soft serve ice cream and like maple caramel drizzle and chocolate syrup on top. And like just looking at the thing, I got type 2 diabetes.
Oh, I feel like that'd be way too much for my stomach to handle.
It was insane. I took a bite and was done.
And then Caden also asked, how many Big Macs could you eat in one sitting? I actually had a friend whose brother, just once a week, nobody told him to do this. He would go to the McDonald's, buy 10 Big Macs, and eat them in 20 minutes.
Oh my
I'm just
god.
like, oh, like nobody dared him to do it. He just wanted. He was like rail thin too, so it wasn't like he's like this big fat guy.
Like,
It was
hey,
just
guys,
like,
watch this.
how are you doing this? Like you blow in the wind, dude.
I can barely even finish one. I mean, if I work like a super long shift or I got the munchies, maybe 2 or more. But
This is
Other
this
than
is
that,
honestly going to be a
I'm gonna stick to
revelation.
one Big Mac.
I kind of like doing a lot of self-reflecting just now. I don't think I've ever actually had a Big Mac at McDonald's.
I think you're gonna have 3 and then I'd be tapped out. But the fact that you've never tried one in your life is
See,
barbaric,
when I
dude.
go
You've
to
always told me
McDonald's-
with food tastes that are just.
I
Are you a
love.
picky eater?
I'm not like a picky eater. I'm just like everything. I'm consistent. When I go to McDonald's, I'm getting like the dollar cheeseburgers or like the dollar double
No, those
cheeseburgers.
are strong. That's
And
fine.
I'm the same way. I think I've had a Big Mac like once, dude.
I'm eating like 6, 7 of those things at one time. Just like the same way you eat hot dog. You know, you can eat a bunch of hot dogs in one sitting. You can eat the dollar cheeseburgers at McDonald's in one sitting too. You can't eat a bunch of Big Macs in one.
You could just make one Big Mac because it's
Speaking
just
of
the same thing. You
McDonald's,
just layered
Have
it.
you guys
All right.
have you guys
I'm-
had the tropical Sprite at McDonald's? It is so
Tropical
good.
Sprite.
Yeah.
Never had it.
All right, I'm gonna go try a Big Mac tomorrow at McDonald's. I'll tell you guys what I think.
Update it live. Just live feed it.
Ballpark food.
All right, we got Ruby Rosa, not Ruby Rosa. Ruby Rosa Do we need a closer / reliever for the second half of the season? I'm fine with Matty Backpacks and honestly kind of Workman and more. We were kind of talked about it earlier, but
Hey, I mean, they like Brazier in the closer's role right now. He's gotta sharpen it up a little bit. He's gotta prove that he can be in that role. If not, Matty Backpacks is the way to go. Switch him around.
Yeah, we said this a lot in the early days of the podcast. Matt Barnes is our go-to favorite to be the closer, but Core is confident in Brazier that he can get it turned around. But I don't know, man. Something's broken about Ryan Brazier. I don't know if he's not lost his edge or he's hurt in some way, but he hasn't been able to close games the way the Red Sox consistently need to.
Yeah, something's up there. I mean, maybe he just hasn't completely fit into the role yet.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Maziarko. This is a repeat question to ask that we're going to feature. I shouldn't feature this because, buddy, what are you trying to say here? Like we made a promo video about one of his questions. I think this is the kid who asked the Sox question. All right, so buckle in for this. I did it, and then it's just a lot to be more like I gotta do. Y'all have a hockey practice tonight. Like what?
I think he's asking if we got hockey practice tonight.
Let me repeat. I did it, and it's just a lot to be more like I gotta do. Y'all have a hockey practice.
So we could put it into multiple sentences, or is it just?
I swear, this sounds like one of those guys who just touches the middle button on the phone and autofill.
Probably. Well, I hope your hockey practice went well.
I don't got hockey practice tonight. I don't know.
I go to the nearest hospital. You're having a stroke, dude.
Maybe he got hit too hard in practice. Who knows?
Go Bruins.
Buddy, quit hockey. M. Donabadian. He was the kid who asked, what do you do with Pierce with Moreland being so hot? Talked about in the beginning. Here's your credit. And then Masters Lane 182. Special story about this guy. So inside the behind the scenes look, Brandon is actually leaving for the summer in 2 weeks, right? Or next week is your last show?
Yeah, next week.
He'll be back.
Last show is next week.
And then this guy, Masters Lane 182, Sox season tickets holder, newest hire, Ride the Wave Media. He's been doing some Bruins takeovers. He's a new NHL guy. But as just someone who has season ticket holders, not a lot of people have that type of access. I wanted to get him on the show. So when Brandon leaves, Masters Lane, Alex, I think he just goes by Masters. I was talking to him earlier. I forget what he goes by, but clarify it. He will be on the show when Brandon leaves. Good guy. Give him a follow at Masters Lane 182. And his question is, what is the team going to do about Pedroia? To be fair, I just put him onto the show. He doesn't know that we talk about him every week. It just always happens to get like that. So we also answered that in the beginning of the show. But yeah, Masters Lane, going to be hopping on soon. Will he be as good as Brandon? If not better. The bar's been set.
Yeah, I'm not even gone yet. You guys replaced me already. Jeez.
No, as soon as you get back, we're welcoming you with open arms. We just have to stay ahead of the game. We saw what happened in the NHL group. And if this person's listening, sorry, pal.
Rip.
Buddy. It's just fun and all, but
that's all I gotta say. Rip.
Yeah, all right. You guys got any final thoughts before we can kind of close this out? It is currently 12:47 in the morning.
Hey, I think the Red Sox are back, man. I mean, I'm excited because we got some good podcasts coming up, especially if they keep playing the way they have been.
Yeah, tonight, a lot more fun
tonight was a tough loss for sure, but when you're a good team, you're gonna have tough losses like that.
Mm-hmm.
So take them off the chin. And Brandon, anything from you?
Let's see. Michael Chavis, Rookie of the Year. Book it.
Book it. And the Mets aren't going to the playoffs. 2 buckets.
And Mets.
Brandon buckets. All right. I don't really have any final thoughts. I just want to go to bed. I'm so tired. All right. Thanks for listening. We will see you guys next week, hopefully with a full house. I know Zach and Adam couldn't make it tonight. No big deal. Follow us at Ride the Wave Media, at Ride the Wave MLB. Check out our website, ridethewavemedia.com. Yeah, that's about it. Goodbye.
Hey, let's go Bruins.
Yeah, Bruins.
I miss Adam. I miss I miss my locks of the week and the Reds news. I don't
Yeah,
know what's
buddy.
going on with the Reds anymore.
If only our manager was here. All right, we'll see you guys. All right. I am going